Association or Cheer League. I just want to thank you all for coming out. This is a big culture change for us over on the beach. We're trying to shift and become better than we have been in the past. And one of those things that's going to make us better is having everybody communicate and be on the same page. So welcome this morning. I hope this is informative for you. And I also just want to let you know I appreciate you giving up a beautiful few minutes on a Saturday morning when it's really nice outside. So we'll get things going. First thing I'd like to do is introduce to you some of the people that make all of this work, and that's the people on our board. A lot of our board members aren't here today because they're coaching somewhere or they're volunteering and doing things in other areas. So there's a few of us not here, but the ones that are here, I just want to introduce Ashley Gaza. She is our Scholastics coordinator. Pop Warner. Yeah, give it up for Ashley. Ashley's in charge of making sure that from a scholastic standpoint and a grade standpoint that we stay in compliance with Pop Warner, and that we make sure that your kids that are scholar athletes are recognized, and just as importantly, if not more importantly, that if your kid is struggling, that we make sure that they are identified and that your coaches are helping you in the process, because as parents, you know how difficult it is sometimes to get your kid to do something, and then some coach can come in and say, you know, I need you to work harder in school, and all of a sudden they work harder in school. So that's how we want to make this relationship work out. But Ashley's in charge of all that. If you have any questions scholastic-wise, especially if your kid is at either end of the spectrum, she's going to be your point of contact for that. And this is Brinley, her awesome assistant. Say hi. Next for merchandise is my wife, Lelania. She's in charge of, She's in charge of merchandise, so if you see swag that you like, let her know. If you see swag that you'd like to have out on the tables for sale and for marketing, please let her know. She's in charge of all that cool stuff. So thank you.
What are you doing, Blake?
Scott Anderson, give it up for Scott. Scott has the amazing job of compliance officer and registration coordinator. So Scott is the one that keeps us organized with all of our coaches. So you as parents, I'm sure, want to make sure that your kids are around people with integrity and that are decent people. And Scott's here to make sure that all these background checks are done, and that we're staying on top of things, and it's a very important position in what he does. It's behind the scenes, it's very, most people won't see Scott, know what Scott's doing, but that's what Scott does. Scott's making sure that our kids are around people that we can trust and that have the level of integrity that we expect our kids to be around. So, thanks, Scott. And last but not least is your cheer coordinator! So Audra Farley, if you do not know who she is and you're here for cheer, you're fixing to find out. But Audra is our new cheer coordinator. She's taking over from Amanda. Give it up for Amanda, Amanda and I started out, there was about 4 of us at a table together running the board for the South Beach Seahawks about 4 or 5 years ago. And let me tell you, it's grown quite a bit since then. And Amanda is still a part of the process. Don't kid yourself that she's done. But we've definitely risen to an amazing level to where we've attracted some awesome people. And you're going to find out about the coaches that are going to be cheer coaches for us this year from Audra. But I just wanted to let you know that from a community standpoint, Audra's here to help get back to the community and make sure that your kids have an awesome experience. And we're here to communicate that message to you today. And we'd also like you to carry that message out in the community. If you had a chance, or if you could look on Facebook and see what's going on over at the high school, how many girls are on the varsity cheer team this year? 28, almost 30 girls on the cheer team. 3 of those girls? 11 are former Seahawks. 2 of them cheered for the Seahawks last year and now are on varsity this year. Their JV, give it up. Their JV team has almost as many girls on it, and that is almost entirely made up of former Seahawk girls. Tony Stillion, the coach over there at the high school, couldn't be any more happier or more proud to have our girls come over there to her, because what she'll tell you is that our girls are ready. Our girls are prepared, and our girls know what it takes to cheer their butts off, to have a good time, and to take it serious over there and bring some pride to the school. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as a football guy, I'm going to tell you right now, cheer is very, very, very important to me, because we cannot have a football program without a cheer program. Can I get it? Can I get it? So listen, you've guys, they're out there on the football field playing football, but the whole way that we get this community fired up and ready for a football game is these girls on the sidelines cheering, making a lot of noise. And I had a pleasure of being a part of the cheer competition for the East Coast Conference last year. And I had the coolest job in the world. My job was to take these girls from the warm-up room and get them out from the green room to the black curtain behind the stage just before they went on. And I encountered girls that were nervous. I encountered girls that were confident. I encountered girls that were ready to throw up. Let me tell you, but I got the cool job of getting them fired up and excited to get there to go out on that stage. Because I'm going to tell you right now, boy, you tell me these guys that want to go out there and play football, you think it's tough, you think it's hard. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, the level of discipline, the level of preparation, the level of practice, the level of effort and fortitude that goes into putting a girl out there on the floor to do a routine is second to none. And these girls and these coaches, they deserve a lot of credit. So I'm going to turn it over to Audrey. But thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. You should have a sheet. If you don't, Amanda has some others. But we just wanted to be really upfront and let you guys have all the information, answer all of your questions that we can today. But I want to introduce our coaching staff. I am not a coach. I'm like the administrator of cheer, so thank God. Amanda, she is the coach for Tiny Mites.
Come on up, Amanda.
Yay. Amazing. Dana is coming back as our stunt coordinator, stunt coach. She's been with us for years. 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she knows all of the things. Pop Warner is very particular on the rules and the safety of the girls, so it's really good that we have someone that is really going to be focusing on that, so we don't have accidents, we don't get deductions, competitions, and things like that.
She'll be working with all of the teams.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yep. And then we have Erin. She is our
Junior Pee Wee.
Junior Pee Wee. She's been coaching for how many years have you been? 4. Yeah.
4 years.
Brilliant. 100 years. She's amazing. She already has our routine down for competitions.
Yep.
We're trying a new little thing with some of them this year for dance, and it's just going to be an amazing year. And then we have Kim. She is our junior varsity coach, and she's going to be working with Jess.
Come on, Jess. Hi.
Jess started, she's coached with Amanda last year. So we have a really strong coaching staff. We're really excited to meet all of the girls that are new. Do we have anybody that's never cheered before that's joining us this year? Yeah! That's so exciting! We have a really strong cheer family that we really like to embrace everybody. But this year we want to be overly information and just being transparent, and if we're missing anything, you guys need to let us know. But we are trying to be very upfront with all of the paperwork that is needed. Last year it was a lot because we were new to Pop Warner last year, and there was a lot thrown at us that we didn't have to do before. So it was a little bit of a tumble last year, but we got it through with Amanda. But so biggest Q&A things, everything's on the website, but I just wanted to let you guys know in your packets there's the physical form that needs to be filled out. It has to be on the Pop Warner form. If you lose this or misplace it or whatever, it's on the website. You can download it. It's a PDF. And then there's also the parent consent.
We need the originals. We cannot have photocopies. I need the original.
Yes, you can't scan it and send it.
Right.
Those physical forms and the parent agreement, those 2 documents have to be the original.
Yeah, the wedding.
And they have to be signed by the parent that will match the birth certificate.
Yep.
So if there's anybody that has any type of, you're not on the birth certificate, but you're the one that takes care of this child,
Court documents.
well, we need some type of court document that says that this is the reason why you're signing it and you're now the guardian. So if that's the situation, we'll just need the backup to that signature. So just make sure those are the originals.
And the same goes with the birth certificate. We have to physically see the original birth certificate. What we get from you, though, is a copy. We have these books, and you guys are going to hear a lot about these books. And what is the book? All of this paperwork comes with us for every game, and they're checked. So it's a big deal, and your girls can't be on the field unless we have all their paperwork. paperwork is due July 15th, and we'll have a couple dates go out on Facebook and let everybody know when the dates are to come in and turn your paperwork. We're totally flexible. If you can't meet those dates,
Call me, text me.
Come to my house. We'll come to your house. It's fine. I mean, we'll get it. Because I know vacations and all that come up. But those are the biggest things that we are going to need from you.
Dates for competition.
Oh, dates for competition. Okay.
Wait, first date.
I'm going to let Amanda.
First date before even competition gets here. You're cheering for tackle football.
Yes.
If your child is cheering for the ages of 14 down to the Mighty Might level, which is the 7, 8, 9s, expect that on October 17th, which is a Tuesday night, that we will have a playoff game because we will make the playoffs. All right, so it's a Tuesday night. It's October. It's the first Tuesday after the last regular season game, which is October 12th. It's the first Tuesday after that, which is October 17th. You will be cheering somewhere between Palm Bay and Flagler Beach for a playoff football game. Hopefully they're at home because we're top seeds, but we always can't guarantee that that's going to happen.
Right.
All right, but just expect that you're going to be cheering at that playoff game. So, thank you.
Practices are going to be at Hoover Middle School in a gym, in an air-conditioned gym. We are purchasing mats, which is we're dope. And,
No, we're not. We throw humans up above their hair.
We don't want to mess up our hair. Yeah, it's really good that it's going to be inside. We don't have to deal with the weather, thunderstorms, all of that. So it's cheer Monday and Wednesdays. Okay, games. The first practice is August 1st. Pop Warner requires that we have 20 hours of conditioning that are required before the first game. The first game is August 17th. Yes, Saturday, August 17th. All of your conditioning hours have to be in before your girl can be on the field. And in
Short
addition
span
to
of time.
It's a lot. We try to make it fun. We try to do some activities, so they're not just killing themselves, but it's a requirement. So August 17th is our first game, and our games span, like John said, from Palm Bay to Flagler Beach. We do 4 at home and 4 away. I do not have the schedule yet for locations, but it is every Saturday.
We'll have 4 home games,
Right,
for sure.
4 home, 4 away. Yep. And then I'm going to let Amanda talk about the competition since she has more experience with all of that and dates and all of that.
So the first competition that everybody Tiny Mites through 14U will be going through is the October one, which is around Halloween. That's the first date. Tiny Mites will not competitively advance after that one. So, but everybody, all of the teams will do Tiny Mites. I mean, all the teams will do that first competition. Mighty Mites and above will be competitive, and if they make it, they will go to the second competition, which is the weekend after Thanksgiving. So coaches get to spend Thanksgiving night at the hotel and getting everything prepared, book checking, and the competition could be that Friday depending on your age, or that Saturday, which it was in the afternoon, so it wasn't like Black Friday shopping was off the market, but it was that weekend. And then if they advance from that competition, they go to Disney at the Wild World of Sports for the big national Pop Warner competition, and a few of our teams made that. And that'll be the first week of December, because that's when the Pop Warner national championships happen. So it'll be that first week of December.
And then
So
we're
our
also going to do
league,
another one.
our ECC, East Coast Conference Pop Warner, that competition in October is going to be on a Saturday. I think it's 12, 19, 26. It'll be the 26th of October. It's a Saturday.
Yes, in
The
Daytona
regional competition is at
The Silver Spurs Arena.
Silver
which is in
Spurs Arena
Kissimmee.
in Kissimmee. That's the regional competition. So that's the Southeast region. So that's all the states in the Southeast: Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Alabama, Georgia, all those states. That'll be the regional competition that they hold over at the Silver Spurs Arena. The national competition, and that's on that weekend. It's on the weekend.
The Thanksgiving.
The national competition, which is about a week later, is the first week of December. That's the national. That's kids from all over the United States that come to Disney. That competition is during the week, during school.
And that, that includes football and if we make it there, and cheer. And when I went there, we saw kids from Hawaii, we saw kids from Connecticut, it was very cool to see just kids from all around. And we're so lucky that we are in the location that we are, that we don't have to do the week-long airplane hotel, prices. Like, we can just drive over.
Yeah,
Whereas
some
these
leagues
people,
have to generate fundraising to cover, $20,000 to $30,000 worth of expenses for airfare, hotels, food, lodging for their kids. We'll have to do, if that happens, we'll have to definitely do some fundraising to make sure that our girls are taken care of for that event, because we don't have that in our budget. We'd like to start planning on having those things in our budget, but right now I can tell you that for 2019 we do not have cheer, to cover the expenses of these girls, but we would be interested in making those things happen so that we can anticipate that, because let me tell you, football and cheer on the beach is back, okay? If you guys want to get excited about it and put forth some effort, then we can get to these competitions and get these girls recognized. So I'm confident that we can do that.
And it's exciting. It's really exciting.
Very fun. So do you guys have any questions? Raise a hand if I didn't answer a question. Yes, Liliana.
Where can you get drinks here?
Oh, I don't. Ask your mom.
Your mom.
I told her to look in the car. I know.
Adults, have any questions?
Did any of the adults need drinks? You will soon. Trust
So
me.
we're super excited. So your takeaways are, registration is open now. You can go online and register. You can register before you have all your paperwork turned in. It's really good if you guys can register now. Registration closes June 15th. And it helps us to assess our coaching staff, what needs we might have if we have a really large squad. So that helps us get prepared for you guys. And
If you're willing to coach, we always need more. So let us know.
Yeah, right. And we need team moms.
Team moms.
Bethany is.
Tired.
Good.
And the first practice is August 1st. All your paperwork has to be in by July 15th. Okay, we'll be in communication about all of that. Those are the biggest things right now that we need to worry about.
Just understand, as far as these books go, they're for the checking in of teams to make sure that you're not bringing some girl who's 17 in and things like that, right? So for the competition level and for that purpose, that's what the book is for. But also the reason you have a physical and the reason you have the parent contact information is just in case something happens. You're not at practice, you're not at a game. If a kid gets injured, we have this information. We hand it over to the ambulance and the fire department that shows up. What better way for a person who's taking care of your kid than to have a physical from a doctor sitting right in front of them? So it's very important when you take your kids to get their physical that it's not just a pencil whip thing that the doctor goes through. Make sure that there's information on there. My son has sickle cell trait. If you don't know if your kid has sickle cell trait, you should find out. All right, because kids with sickle cell trait are more susceptible to becoming dehydrated and having a sickle cell crisis and have a medical emergency because of dehydration. We're going to be at games at this time of the day when it's not like this. The breeze is not going to feel like this. It's going to be 100% humidity and it's going to be 95 degrees. So if your child has some sort of medical condition, it needs to be on that form. And so you need to have that discussion with the physician when you take your physical in to make sure that that form is filled out and that it's filled out thoroughly so that if we do have to use it, God forbid, that we have the information. So look at the book and look at the paperwork like an umbrella. We'll have it because we don't want to use it, but if we have it and we need it, we've got it. All right?
Yep.
Any questions? If anybody wants to meet with the coaches, talk to the coach. I'm sure you guys have been milling around before the meeting started.
No, I talked with my mom.
Okay.
About water.
I need to turn the Seahawk off because I have to be somewhere in an hour and it takes an hour for it to deflate. So
Hey,
if you need anything
No
from
more
me, let me know.
breeze. Okay.
we'll be out
Thank you,
mingling around.
coaches.
Thank you guys for coming.